Okay, guys, here's the rundown for the Maleny Music Festival 2023 bamboo entry. So basically, the festival starts on the 10th of November to the 12th of November. So the structure needs to be built between Monday the 6th of November and Thursday the 9th of November. Now, what I would recommend is building this structure first on the ground, where it's two lengths of bamboo here, two cross sections, and two down poles again, all joined and fixed, and fixing the existing Maleny music sign that is from 2019, fixing that to two fresh poles, and then on the ground fixing the 2023 to these two uprights, and fixing the words festival, which has also been written and stored in the from 2019, fixing this bamboo sign to two fresh poles on the ground. Connect there's some loose letters there. Make sure the loose letters have been connected properly and they're secure and they're not going to drop off or blow off in the wind. And then there should be some nails and some screws on these letters that you can get fairy lights and basically trace around each of the letters, like following. You'd start off with the 2 and then the 0 and the 23 and then up to the M, and just basically trace around the letters with fairy lights all the way to the end. So 50 meters should not be a problem to do the whole string of tracing of letters. And you can always double back as well. You might even do it all within 25 meters, I'm not sure. But in these gaps where, for instance, you cross from 2023 to the M of Maleny, you need to have some blue tack or something to block out the LED light, and then cover with a bit of sticky tape or something, so it doesn't drop off, because in the past we just covered with black tape, but at night time the LED light shone through the black masking tape that we had. Anyway, you'll do this on laying it on the ground, and then hoist it up. Put two star pickets for each, or one star picket for each pole in the ground. Prop it up with a couple of pieces of bamboo, and then you'll be able to start building the TP structures on both sides. So there's 12 TP bamboo poles per side. Make sure they're all the same length, and you can mark off a big circle in the ground with some string and find a center, and then dissect all the 12 sections so they're all equidistant from each other. You have to make sure that the space between the two teepees is no less than 3.5 meters. A 4-meter wide space would be sensible here. This is so then a truck can go through, and the same with the height. It needs to be no less than 4.5 meters high, so a truck that's 4.5 meters high can easily drive through this. For instance, a fire engine or an emergency vehicle. Anyway, once this brown structure is laid up and it's got the lights on it, remembering to put an extension cable across, so then we can have a separate LED formation around this TP spiraling around, and another one 50 meters spiraling around. So we'll have 3 lots of 50-meter LED cables ideally, which will really create a magnificent entry of 2 TPs and the words of the festival. So going on to the 2 TPs, you need a rope basically to tie around the TP top, and you lay in your poles on the circle on the ground, all equidistant apart. Once the TP structure is built, this side of the TP is going to be more vertical. It's not going to be on an angle like this, otherwise it will stick out into the ground. So the uprights of the TP on this side is going to be more vertical. So the whole structure is going to be a little bit lopsided, and so will this one. But together they will form a structure that is that looks good and is parallel to each other. Once the poles are put in place, then you need to go around with small star pickets that are at least 600 long and knock them in the ground next to the poles on the same angle as the poles. So the poles can be zip tied or wired to the star pickets. Don't have the star pickets tilting out on the wrong angle so it collects people's legs. Have them flush with the poles. And then this structure is not going to blow away. We've got shade cloth here. You can wrap around shade cloth a little bit like the photograph of the TP that we've already built. One 10-meter long wrap of shade cloth that's 3 meters wide will provide some shade for when it's sunny. It is possible if somebody has some nice tarps to put a tarp on these and zip tie the tarp on. Once all the star pickets are in the ground, it's not going to go anywhere, and as long as it's zip tied quite tightly through all the keyhole ringlets, I think it would be fine. But at least put some shade cloth around. I think that's a primary concern, just to get some shade during the day. TP1 is going to be a place where the ticket collecting space could be. I think it'll be big enough, at least part of the station in there, and there'll be an entry just here on the side to go inside that TP, and then an exit on the back side. But this front side of the TP is going to be covered and blocked off, so people can't just walk through the sides of the TP on the front. They have to go through the entry, and to the left they'll be able to go through the ticketing space, and to the right they'll be able to go into a chill out space where there might be some musicians playing. Once the structure's up, then we're getting green bamboo. We've got 60 lengths of green leafy bamboo that should be cut at similar lengths and then arched, two lengths per bamboo pole, arched over and connected with each pole in between. So there's going to be 2 lengths of bamboo that will be then arched and joined together at least in 4 places, so they form an arch, and all the leafy matter will block people from just walking through. Can always put some cables or a rope around the base to stop people from entering the sides. And if there's any more LEDs, then of course spread them out along these arches to make them look good. The LEDs should be spiraling from the very top all the way down. It'd be good to hook up the LEDs on the first pole that's put up. So then it starts at the very top, and try to make them symmetrical. So one spirals outwards and the other one spirals outwards or inwards, whatever seems to be the most symmetrical. And what else can I say? Yeah, so the materials that we're after, we've got 24 bamboo poles that have already been cut and trimmed, and they're nice and straight. We need 24 small star pickets for each bamboo pole on the TP, and probably 4 longer 1 meter star pickets. The other ones would be 600, 4 longer ones for this upright section. And 250 zip ties to connect the fairy lights, to connect the green bamboo to the dried bamboo, and we need some shade cloth, and we need 100 meters of tie wire just as a backup to the zip ties. Could come in handy, especially around the star pickets. We need 60 lengths of lengths of leafy bamboo cut, and then at the base of each of these poles we're going to have Coca-Cola bottles, say the 1.5 litre, 1.25 litre Coca-Cola bottles cut. So then two lengths of bamboo can be put inside the bottle, and the bottle can be filled with water, and the green leaves will last longer. And then what else have we got? Tools, some small saws, some pliers for the tie wire, some gloves I'll add to that list, a picket rammer and a hammer, some tall ladders, and yeah, basically that's it. I'll leave some phone numbers of Pontoon Paul to come and bring the bamboo up from Crystal Waters. I'm at lot 66, 65 Kilcoy Lane in Crystal Waters. The bamboo's located here. The truck has to drive down the back. I'll just show you out the back. So we've got a pathway and a roadway that comes down the back here and can park up down there. And then this long length there where the ladders are located is where all the bamboo is.